He was hard.
Must got a crunchy one.
Somebody cutting carpet or some shit?
Welcome, welcome. It's that time again. It's that time again. Talk that stuff. Talk that stuff. Number 95. Wow. Graduation year end is the number of episodes or podcasts, if you will, of Talk That Stuff. On this special Mother's Day edition, welcome. Let's meet the panel. Let's meet the panel. Up first on a long hiatus, taking a trip around the world, the most important man, interesting man in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome, hell yeah. Let's welcome back. It's been a while. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Stags.
Salutations.
Up next, from Alabama, now in St. Louis, the Show Me State. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Mr. Dixie Freely.
My mama say alligators are ornery because they got too many teeth and no toothbrush.
Up next, let's give a hello to your friend and ours, Mr. Wallace.
Hey, what up? Happy Mother's Day.
Yes, happy Mother's Day.
Indeed. Happy Mother's Day.
Up next, from the West Coast, the inventor of crab fried rice. Multi-talented RTO Beats. Nishiwa.
40.
And I am DJ WIDEBODY, and this is Talk That Stuff, number 95, Mother's Day edition. Let's get it. We are live. Let's go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on?
What
up, man? Just chilling, man.
Day, Mother's Day.
Right.
Let's just battle the elephant in the room. Shout out to the Boston Celtics for taking game one.
We didn't spank that ass.
Hey, ask RTO. I picked Boston to win that series in 7, and then I'm going to the finals and get swept by Golden State.
Wow. What a showing today in the Garden. The Boston Celtics came out relentless. They were determined. They were playing like it was game 7 of the series. So, man, let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the game.
Here's what I saw. I saw 6 or 7 hungry dudes out there just playing like their life depended on it. Then I saw the other team with, best player in the world, a really good Robin, and they just playing like they just, don't give a shit. Like it's a regular game. They ain't rotating the ball. They ain't rotating on defense. They ain't moving the ball. They ain't doing nothing like you're supposed to do at this point in the playoffs.
Right.
In a fucking conference finals.
But see, the thing is, these Celtics have been here all year. Their defense has been shitty all year. Their offensive sets have been shitty all year. So we're just seeing those limitations being exploited by a good team.
A good team. And the operative word is team. Boston play the best team ball in basketball right now.
Yeah, the sheet comes off against good teams. You can beat bums.
Very little isolation going on there in their offense. And I love that.
Right. Good teams, the truth gets out when you're playing against a good team. This is like a good opponent in the boxing ring. They'll exploit those shortcomings.
I wouldn't say they play the best team ball. They ain't on our level yet, but they getting there.
They remind me of, and it's early, and they haven't been on the stage yet, but they remind me of like the 04 Pistons to a degree because they have a lot of different ways to hurt you,
Exactly.
They don't have a dominant. They don't have a dominant player who's just gonna dominate and just take over. You have players that have their great games here and there, but they have a lot of different ways to hurt you. And what I'm really encouraged by is what the youth on that team is doing.
Man, yes.
Man, man, Tatum, the truth, man. I've been saying it since he came. In fucking summer league, that boy gonna be the truth.
I did not know he was from here. But I'll tell you what I meant by team ball. Like when y'all got the ball, either Steph gonna jack his 3 falls, or KD gonna get the ball. He gonna isolate. I mean, we've seen that before. I mean, like these dudes actually run offensive sets on every doggone possession.
Yeah, I think what I mean by that, I think they're, when I say we run like more team ball, I mean more like assist wise. Like, cause we could do the whole offensive set shit too. You see it do this shit.
Y'all do y'all pick off the ball. That's what's cool about what I like about y'all offense. Like you watching the guy with the ball, you're like, damn, how did dude get wide open? But if you watch what's going on behind the scenes,
I'm gonna tell you, the Warriors win 50 games just off talent and savvy.
Yep.
Just off talent and savvy. Strategy wise, they embed strategy at some points. I believe, but I mean they literally can come out and just play, and beat and win 50 games.
Right. The only thing that fucks us up is when we get on that dumbass turnover shit.
Yep.
And then you get all fucking, you get in that mode with like, we ain't taking this shit seriously, and start getting careless.
Yeah,
but every time that's when we fucking lose, is when we get careless.
Did you see that article? I'm sorry, I mean cut you off. Go ahead, bro.
Shit, I forgot what I was about to say, but it's when we play hard-nosed defense and everyone's clicking defensive wise, that's when the offense come on. Then you see motherfuckers doing the set plays, and you see the screens getting set. Steph, you see motherfucker double team Steph, and then all of a sudden he wide the fuck open. You don't see how Clay done set 2 screens and shit without even being seen and all that shit. But it's the defense that sets all that shit up first.
Yep. It does, and that's what's most impressive about them. Did you see the article that ESPN ran earlier this week about the most dangerous 3 minutes in the NBA or in sports, where you come up, you miss a shot, they come down, the Warriors come down, they may get a bucket. They come back down, they get a stop, they come down, they hit a 3. Then you make some kind of careless play, they get a turn. The Warriors, they make you turn the ball over, and then it's a 3. And then all of a sudden you look up and you down 14.
Yeah, quick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. I think
Brad Stevens should be the coach of the year, man. Got that coach.
Yeah, man. Because
got that.
And I think Boston makes a better opponent for Golden State than Cleveland ever could.
I think they do too.
Yeah.
I agree with that 100%. Like I was saying, it's time. This is time for Tyronn Lue to earn his fucking paycheck. Nigga, you a defensive coach. Let's get some fucking defense.
What kind of coach is? How you know he a defensive coach? Like
that's
when did you learn that?
He was a defensive coach. He was a defensive player. He came in being a defensive coach. That was his whole thing.
But they got rid of their defenders. They got rid of Deli. They got rid of Shumpert.
I thought that nigga was a ringmaster.
Huh?
I thought he wasn't shit but a ringmaster. He wasn't just doing nothing but corralling cows out the yard. Shit. I didn't know he was a defensive.
I mean, that his whole thing was defense, though. He ain't good at it, but I mean, that was his thing, though.
They gave up all the defenders. All the defenders gone, and then they signed Isaiah Thomas.
I mean, the worst thing they could have ever done is get rid of Shumpert. That was the last thing they had.
Shumpert was a lockdown defender. I mean, that was stupid.
He ain't but now they worried about points.
Miles
They all think you see what they did. They was fucking old. They was like 0 for 12 from the 3-point line.
Yeah.
Like, stop shooting fucking threes and just get some regular ass shots.
Right.
Like I said, my frustration always have been with LeBron is once your team down 12, man, it's time for you to get the ball, tell the motherfuckers to get their ass in the corner, and you go to work.
Right, get in that paint.
The motherfuckers I think they was like 4 or 28 in threes or some shit like that.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yep. You remember when Kobe?
Why are you shooting so many fucking threes? Like that's unnecessary.
Especially in a away game.
At some point, you gotta fucking go to the hole and get some damn fouls.
Right, get on the line, man.
You remember when Kobe would come out in the game, he would pass the ball the first one. All right, you motherfuckers want to turn the ball over? Y'all don't want to play night? All right, give me the fucking ball. Get out of the way.
Yeah.
17
But I don't think it matters. I think Boston's the better team, hands down.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're gonna be
straight up better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the thing with Boston is they'll fuck you up because Cleveland can go on their slumps of shooting. Boston don't really go on shooting slumps. They hit.
Cleveland,
I don't know.
But for the most part, they not going 4 for 28 from the fucking 3-point line.
I don't know how many times have we had this conversation about LeBron and them? Whereas first couple of games it look a certain way, this, that, and third. But they're going to figure out something. They're going to figure out something.
They have to.
I can't say that they're going. I can't say that hands down they're going to win the series, but game 2 is going to look a lot different.
It will, but that's why I picked 7 games. I didn't say a sweep or nothing like that, but I just think in the end, Boston has too much for Cleveland.
There's too many dudes. Anyone can get hot.
Yeah. Cleveland don't have enough scoring, man. They don't have enough scoring, first of all.
I'm not worried about LeBron and Kevin Love. They're going to wake up eventually, but it's going to take more than them, too.
They missed their first 14. They missed their first 14 3-pointers, man. When's the coach?
It was 0 for 14. Shit, yeah.
Just stop shooting.
Right, that's when the coach should
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and just re-strategize the offense.
Right.
LeBron, you get on the block. Everybody else just play around the perimeter or whatever. Just
right.
Some space, operate.
Cut it to 10 by the beginning of the 4th.
Yep.
If they can cut it to 10 by the beginning of the 4th.
Like, you shouldn't even have to cut it to 10. You should be... That shit, either you need to be leading or you need to be close.
Nah. Basketball games are
That's extra work for LeBron to do just to bring his team back. If they can jump out and get a 20-point lead, then they working with something. That means they can fucking... Then you can try... Well, you ain't got to try to attempt the 3, but you can at least try to get hot if you ain't hitting already. If they cut it to 10, then you can try to go on another run and bring the shit back. The same way Boston did.
I disagree. In the
NBA, Boston did.
Of course, you want to go up 20 and then be able to, if you want to take the breaks off, you can. But if you can cut it to 10 by the beginning of the 4th, a 10-point lead is 5 possessions.
Yeah, I'm saying, of course that, but why even be down that much where you can cut it to 10? Just fucking try to keep it close the whole damn time, or fucking leave.
Of course, nobody wants to be down, but when you look up at this 27-7, you say, okay, let's settle down, let's get some stops, and let's work our way back into this game, and let's play 3-minute stretches where we can get back in this game.
Or you can just play some fucking defense and not let them get that damn high in the first place.
Well,
they got 3 happy. They got 3 happy trying to come back too quick. Chucking threes.
That shit happens. You ever get to a mix stage when you're making a beat and you don't like something, but you don't want to go back? You can't go back. You're like, okay, I'm about to figure this shit out. I'm about to tinker with this snare and make this shit right. Or I'm going to take people's attention away from what I don't like. You know what I'm saying? It's the same principle. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. My bad.
No. I get what you're saying.
That's a good analogy. What's up, everybody?
What up, though?
But sometimes you got to press off. I mean, that's another thing. Sometimes the jam's not going anywhere. Sometimes you just got to go.
If that shit's not hitting, someone needs to fucking go in the hole and get some damn fouls. Get them in the penalty so you can even go in the paint even more. They had to back off you a little bit. You can get some fucking inside scoring.
And they were
but they went 3 happy and just start forcing them and went down further.
LeBron James
defense
cannot win it if they don't have 50. LeBron, they cannot win with LeBron putting up 15 points.
No,
they can't. The whole team got to score though.
But they can't win with him scoring 58 either.
Kevin Love got to put up 20. JR got to put up like 15 or 20 his damn self.
Christian Thomas.
Everybody's got to be in double digits for them motherfuckers to win against them.
If LeBron don't go for 50.
Right.
Yep.
I didn't understand why we saw how better they played in the last two series when Tristan Thompson was on the floor. Why didn't they start him in the series?
Why is Larry Nance
I don't
Jr.
know why, but they just
4 minutes?
and God, Horford was dogging the fuck out of Kevin Love.
Let me ask, why is
They all
Larry
did.
Jr. only playing 4 minutes in the game?
Huh?
Why is Larry Nance Jr. only playing 4 minutes, man?
I don't know. They gotta do something.
That's another one I want to understand. Right.
He's a rookie, but
LeBron must not have faith.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think Lance is a scorer like that in any points. But I would have him in there for defense, if anything. Right. But I think he may not be ready. He may not be ready defensively. Like, I don't see him stopping fucking Al Horford at all.
Nah.
I think Horford is underrated.
If Horford can give fucking Love the business, he gonna give Larry Nance some fucking business.
The business. I think Horford is underrated because his J ugly.
And I was saying this the other night, like, who would have thought Horford would have had a better career than Joakim Noah? Joakim Noah had all the hype coming out of Florida.
Brittle as shit.
And Mike Miller. And Mike Miller, for that matter.
And both of them brittle. Yep. Stay injured.
And Hakeem Ward.
Yep. I forgot about him.
There's no defensive presence tonight on that court.
He's a journeyman. In the NBA.
That Jaylen Brown block.
We need to go on a different
Kevin
door.
Love was crazy.
Yeah, that just got way up there.
Yeah, it was.
That's when you got to drop step and dunk on somebody.
You got to go to the different entrance
and drop step dunk on
South entrance.
Who do they got on their team that's gonna do that though? Stacks.
He's
besides LeBron.
I'm sorry, he's 6'10".
Oh,
man.
Yeah, he's a big
6'10". You should drop step and dunk it.
Read the signage. 8 p.m. use emergency entry.
He did a
actually
he did a Charles Smith against Pippen. I mean, just that layup crap. Drop step, dunk that shit, or get fouled.
But look who we talking about though.
Grow some balls and go up like a man.
That's my fault.
That ain't his game, though. He finesse like that. He ain't about to do all that shit.
But he need to do that.
Last time you seen Love do anything like that?
Oh, my Love.
Yeah, sometimes you need to drop step and dunk that, man.
He do, but he ain't. That's not his game.
Love
he
got
finesse.
Like
he going for a layup.
Vertical.
You got to go up
hard. When he jump, he barely get off the floor.
You got to go hard.
Love
You
got to dunk it hard.
He play like Bill Laimbeer.
That's not that man game. He ain't no authority like that.
Still 6'10". Play like he's 6'10", man.
He ain't 6'10".
Yeah, he's 6'10", but he ain't.
He's 6'10", but he can't jump though.
He's not authoritative like that to do shit like that.
Look it up.
He ain't Zach Randolph. He ain't doing that shit.
What's his name?
Love, like he might be listed at 6'10", but he play like he's 6'8".
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong here.
Love is rebounds and threes.
That motherfucker used to be glassing in Minnesota, though. He used to be
but
he's 6'10", 251. And he's only 29, man. He's too young, man. You be dunking it, man, when you under the hole like that.
Oh, hey, man, the days is over, man. There ain't no more Zebos.
Even he could dunk.
He play YMCA ball.
Even he would go up and dunk it with two sometimes. I saw him do it. Like, man, Zebo can dunk.
Jaylen Brown hit that.
He play like the old motherfucker that live that work in the plant and shit. They be balling at lunchtime.
Yeah.
They were like, Kevin. Man, old Kevin was lighting them up tonight.
Yeah.
You don't want none of this. You want none of this young blood. You want none of this.
Right. He don't talk no shit. Nah, he don't talk no shit. He just be jaying your ass and rebound.
Not the dude that's gonna fucking go up on you like that. That motherfucker, he gonna spin move off the glass. Something.
The only time Kevin Love get off the floor is when he catching the alley-oop. That's it.
Yeah.
But when he got the ball in his hand,
he caught one.
When he got the ball in his hand, it's like he becomes an elementary student in terms of his
damn.
The last thing that dude is gonna do is post up and then smash on you at the end. Like, nah, hell nah. He ain't doing that shit at all.
Right. His vertical is kneel with the ball in his hand.
Yeah, but you notice the league is built around, you have really strong role players, and the role players who elements to their game based on their position, those are the players that get better. Like somebody will add a wrinkle
Capella.
to the game that improves it. Like has Tristan Thompson improved?
Clint Capella did.
I don't like Tristan Thompson. Clint
ain't
Capella ain't got to do nothing but catch a hoop.
I can't say that he improved either.
Jay now
Tristan Thompson ain't improved for shit. He the same player he was last year.
He's the same player he was when he came in the league, but less athletic.
But his one thing he does,
he gets he offensive rebound. He can get that.
Hold on, but exactly. So his one specialty is highly valuable.
It's valuable.
If it's one thing if you're gonna be one of them one trick pony players, let it be offensive rebound.
Yeah.
But DeAndre Jordan,
but the thing is, I would want to see him score with that offensive rebound though. Don't get that bitch to just be stuck and don't know what to do. Either get that bitch and dish it off to LeBron or do something with it.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of times he'll try to go back up and that shit's a brick or he getting slapped.
I'm like, man, just pass it out, man.
Right. Because I mean, but look at DeAndre Jordan. All he can do is
like if he would do if this one thing he should learn how to do is fucking pass. That way he'd if he can get offensive rebound and there's someone cutting, that's a dime and that's all kind of poster plays. Look at fucking the Joker, whatever his name is. I can't think of his name, but the Joker played for Denver, right? Nokovic or whatever his name is.
Oh, I know, yeah, I know
his name, but that he got dimers though, and he's good at fucking rebounding. And you can see all the motherfucking plays that they get from the offensive rebounds because he got vision. You can see if a motherfucker's cutting after that offensive rebound. If Tristan Thompson was to get something like that,
what a waste.
That's what I'll be clowning every time we talk about what he got. Like
that shit was not worth that shit to me.
That's probably not gonna go up to it.
Yeah, but look at Jordan. Jordan can do his dunk. He's worse than Thompson, I think. He doesn't dunk. Not DeAndre Jordan. He is just a pure athlete. He has no skill set at all. None. His game is going to age real ugly. Watch.
The reason why they play a little bit better with Tristan Thompson on the floor is because regardless of whether he can score or not, he's very active and busy.
He is. Yeah, I give him that. He is.
True.
And even if he don't get the rebound, he gonna disrupt the transition enough to where they can't just fast break like they always do.
He had 11 rebounds, though. I mean,
he what?
He had 11 rebounds.
Well, if he on the floor, he gonna get boards.
Yeah,
I mean,
nobody.
If he gonna pay, what was it? Was it 70
but
or 90
million? If he started the game, he might have had 17 rebounds.
Right. Maybe
21 minutes.
Right, why not start him? I don't get it.
If he got the opportunity to get 17 boards, I'm playing this nigga every game.
Right.
We might have to go to
He played 21 minutes.
Right. I don't get that decision.
Ronnie Hood
and Love was already getting worked.
Ronnie Hood had points, 19 minutes. He could left the hot hand in there. Ronnie Hood.
He had 11.
Yeah, I don't understand Tyron's decision making sometimes, man.
He ain't a coach
because he trash.
He's doing some bullshit.
What's up, Cortez Smith? Cortez said, "Screw LeBron."
Oh shit, we're down before that.
Here we go.
Hey, you got to leave. LeBron be playing really well. I don't know what you're talking about, man. It's a legend. It's a legend.
Tyronn Lue is a trash coach. Like that dude's trash as fuck.
He's never had
I said this nigga better earn his fucking money in this damn series.
If
he don't do nothing, if they get their ass beat in this series, he ain't gonna get fired because he just signed a contract, which I think was stupid as hell. But whatever.
Eric Spoelstra, a good coach, man.
Yeah,
I thought he was
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Look what he did. Look what he did with what he had last year.
Yeah.
When did we find that out? We find that out from the court or after he got out of there. I think that was
he got out.
He got out of there.
No, they did. He had bullshit last year, and they made a little noise at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Dude, don't ever make the mistake of thinking because you got a bunch of great talent that the coach ain't good. Because I saw that with Dale Harris before Phil Jackson took over the Lakers. Dale Harris had an even more talented team. He had Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones, Shaq Kobe,
Eddie Jones,
and they didn't he make the playoffs, or they got put out in the first round.
Yep.
And it's because Dale Harris didn't know how to manage that talent.
Right.
Dale Harris was
Maurice Cheeks. Look at the Jailblazers that back then they weren't winning shit either. They had 10 first round draft picks and sucked. The Jailblazers, y'all remember them?
Oh yeah, I remember. Nah, that was later.
Oh, you talking about Bonzi Wells?
Bonzi and all that.
The Damon Stoudemire.
They ain't win
shit. Stoudemire, Bonzi Wells, T. Wallace,
Ogman. They had all them cats. Nothing.
Stacey Ogman, yeah. Scottie Pippen joined that team.
10 first round draft picks and was garbage.
Look at that Rockets team they tried to throw together. Barkley.
That didn't work either.
I hate when they do that shit. The Knicks are.
LA tried it too.
Well, that shit with Barkley though, they wasn't
hating him alone.
Barkley just was trying. He was just missing shit.
He was definitely trying to get him a ring. That was apparent as fuck.
Them niggas was going too.
Michael told me not to come down here and play with your fat ass.
Hey man, throw me in Portland real quick. Y'all got a contract for me up there.
Yeah, them guys down terrible. I don't know what they trying to play. Paying all these bums a bunch of money, can't play no ball.
Rebound. I'm sitting up there trying to rebound. I rebound a whole team.
Ernie, listen, Ernie.
Oh man, so how you guys? How was your Mother's Day? As far as you guys go out today, take the moms out, kids and anything. What about your Mom's Day?
Yeah, it was cool, man.
Didn't go out, but just hit her up and talk for a couple of hours.
I always love my mama. Shout out to all the mothers out there. This is your day. I hate when they have Father's Day and they try to get a mom's a Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Mom. Stop that. You guys got a special day today. It's May 13th. Yeah. Happy Mother's Day to all.
Mother's Day, Mom. Love you, Mom.
Love you, moms.
Thanks for whipping my ass when I needed it. Appreciate it. Which was a lot.
Black judo, man.
Oh, Mom didn't play, man. I feel them slaps now. I still feel them slaps. Like it was yesterday.
You say no, and it made me get out there and earn it and hustle and get some money.
Yep. No was her favorite word.
Me get some money.
All right.
Yep. They didn't play.
You gotta get your sneakers, because don't let her get them sneakers.
Or they're gonna be some $2 specials, man. They weren't gonna be hot. No.
Blow burners.
That only child being fucking
beta bullets.
Cheap shit. Now when you post shit.
I'm showing my age to my zips.
Cartels recruiting these high school students to smuggle drugs down by the border there.
I wouldn't be surprised.
In California.
Yeah. Dang.
I'm not surprised at that at all.
Oh, don't even talk about the news now. I mean, people are wilding, man. So we can't barbecue, we can't have coffee, we can't sleep in the common area.
Stacks. Thank you for saying that.
What's up with the
let's get on that bullshit.
Yeah, like so we can't cook out.
Alrighty,
in public. I mean, we can't do anything now.
This shit happened in my hometown, of course.
Yeah,
basically right around the corner from where I used to stay in Lake Merritt. This old motherfucking goddamn cold Nazi ass bitch gonna fucking go wanna call the police on motherfucker for barbecuing with Cole.
Well, Cole.
Cole at Lake Merritt. So first let me say this. Lake Merritt is a spot in Oakland. Motherfuckers go to chill. You can run around it. A lot of people go there to jog. A lot of people just go there to chill. It's a little lake in the middle of Oakland. Just chill. Kids be out there. You go out there, walk your dog. You can go out there and barbecue. Whatever the hell you want. It's a park. You know how parks have like little barbecue setups, right?
Mm-hmm.
You normally don't use them because they nasty as fuck. So this guy and this dude, I think this is the same dude from what I know. This guy actually, he used to come out there with like a smoker, one of the official barbecue joints, But I think someone told on him about that, so he just came with a regular old grill this time. And normally he just sells ribs out there, like for people who just want to buy some shit. So he's out there setting up or whatnot, getting his shit ready, and had his shit on. And this damn lady want to come up here and harass the dude for like 2 hours. Call the police and saying, "Oh, you can't barbecue out here with coal. It's illegal." Found the damn what's the shit called? The code, the legal,
the
the
statute.
legal. No, what's
Ordinance?
the legal code, the something 999 blah,
the city
whatever that
code.
shit.
Oh, the penal
Yeah,
code.
the penal code. She went and looked up the penal code and all that shit for it and everything. And she at first she was like, before the lady came and recorded her, she was hella like aggressive towards dude, like, "I'm gonna call the police on you. You're going to jail and whoop this, and you don't belong in my city and all this shit like that. You're hurting the children and all this shit for fucking barbecuing." So after that 2 hours, this other white lady comes up and starts recording because she knows the dude. He's like, dude's been around. Like, my mom's bought food from the dude. If it's the same dude I'm thinking of. He she always like, he was like, "Yeah, man, this lady over here bullshitting or whatever." And so she started using her white privilege against the other one's white privilege, and it was a white privilege off. It was
a white privilege off.
Yeah, it was hella funny, dude, because she was on the phone. She was like on the phone, like trying to call the police, saying that this lady's bothering me, while she was like, "This lady's harassing me," while she was just sitting there harassing dude for 2 hours or whatnot. She stole the lady's car because she wanted to get her name or whatnot, but the other lady was trying to get her car back or whatnot, and they was going back and forth like, "I want my car back. Like, you stealing, you're over here talking about this, and you're a criminal too because you stole my car, and I want my car back." And at first, she looked like Terminator. Like, the woman, she looked like a fat Terminator or whatnot with her damn T-1000 shades and all this shit. And then she fucking, she started trying to walk away, a.k.a. flee the scene. She fucking walked over to this quick stop and was like, when she actually got on the phone, like with 911 this time, then she got all fucking hysterical and everything. Like, damn near started whimpering and crying and all this to the 911 operator and shit. Like, "This lady is harassing me.
The cry tag. They always use
blah, blah, blah." And then she walked away. She walked and went to the quick stop or whatnot. And that's when the cops came. Fucking cop came. This motherfucker went to a full straight up crying breakdown when the cops came. She was bothering me and all this shit. And I was like, really? And then the shit ended. But I'm like, you brought all that shit upon yourself. I don't give a fuck if you had mental issues or not. Like, man.
So what did the cops say to the brother?
We didn't get that. It was she walked away from where the brother was. Like this, she walked like a block and a half down the street. So by the time the video cut off, we didn't get to that point yet. But the thing is, they was on the phone. She had called 2 hours ahead of time, so no one was fucking with her at that point. So they already knew about this call. It just got to the point where they was like, they heard the other lady in the background talking. So one of the cops was, "All right, fuck, I need to go check this out." So they already knew of it. You could see the look on the cop's face when she was all crying hysterically. He was like, "All right, bitch, hurry up and get this shit out the way so I can do my job and all this shit." It was just, that shit was, man.
Gotta use the cry tactic. That's all, the number one tactic to break down.
It was so unfucking necessary. It's like, cause we had another incident, like I don't know who I was talking to about this, but we had like these drummers that drum at this certain part of the lake. It's like, we call it like Kisser's Lane or whatnot. People use this area to like propose and like take wedding pictures or whatnot. It's like a pillar type thing, and then like the place have like good acoustics, so they use it to drum or whatnot. So people which like a lot of the people, because that whole area is gentrified like a motherfucker. So you got all the people who work at Google in San Francisco, they all moved to Oakland because San Francisco hell expensive, but they driving the price up in Oakland as well. So they all moved to Lake Merritt and whatnot. They started to do a sound ordinance for the drummers at Lake Merritt because they're bothering during their sleep. And it's like people don't even be coming out and drumming until like after 12 p.m. and shit. So how the fuck are you gonna do a sound ordinance at 12 p.m.? Like
RTO.
It's the I
want to cut you off and say congratulations to you, man. We riding with you, brother. Hope you got a lot to go, man. But yo, congratulations, man. Progress is good, man.
Oh shit. Progress is bad. Right on. Thank you.
No doubt, man.
Thank you, Cam.
Congratulations, brother.
Right on.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm congratulating for, but what happened?
There's
a lot of them.
Weight loss.
Oh, okay. Oh shit, cool, man.
Yeah, you don't really know my situation, Will, and I
no, I don't.
That after dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Fuck, what was I saying?
We're talking about the gentrification and messing.
Oh yeah, the noise ordinance. So yeah, they trying to shut this shit down. Like these dudes been out here drumming since before I was born at the same spot. And then now you just now moving here, and now you just want to start changing shit because you can't adapt to where you just moved to. You wanted the shit to change for you and shit. So that shit, and now motherfuckers out here trying to call the police on people barbecuing at the lake. It's just,
yeah.
I don't even want to live in Oakland. Like if I had to move back, I had to be on the outskirts or something. Like I'm fine where I'm at. I don't feel like dealing with that shit.
And it's funny you make that issue, man. I think about the field I'm in. They always try to recruit you, and colleagues are just so unaware of those dynamics. They say, "Hey, move out here with us." Yeah, but they're not going to respond to me the way they do you. They see me come over there, the whole neighborhood comes out and stares when you're doing the realtor visit. I've seen that happen. I mean, it used to happen in Wisconsin.
Yep.
Like, what these niggas doing here, man? It's kind of right. I don't get the warm reception. Move in your neighborhood, nah. They'll be calling
the people are the devil, man. They the devil.
Yeah, man.
Like this is
a cookout. They be calling the police.
This is dance studio that does like African dance or whatnot. It's kind of like a museum / studio or whatnot, and they have like like African dance stuff, like regular stuff, and they got drums and whatnot and all that, and they start doing like classes like around probably in the afternoon, and you got people to call the police on them plenty of times who just moved there, and that fucking place has been there. I remember going there when I was like 5 years old.
Wow.
They've been doing this. Like, ain't shit changed. They've been doing this shit for years. Now you move up in here and want to start calling the police because it's bothering you, and you didn't know that they was doing this, but it's a big ass studio. It's like the size of a fucking movie. It actually was an old ass movie theater, and they just changed it into a studio. So it's like this shit's been here. You see this big ass facility, you should know there's something going on. There's the kids outside practicing rehearsal and all this shit. It's a lot of shit that goes on, and this is right by the lake as well. There's a lot of like cultural shit that go on at the lake and whatnot. So,
but that's the problem with suburbia.
And then try to change all the shit that's going on. It's like, fuck up out of here with that shit.
That's the problem with suburbia. That's basically nothing goes on out there. So they're expecting to replicate that in the city. And that's not what cities are. Cities have noise. Cities have things going on. Yeah.
I'm like, you're not calling the city when they're building a new fucking house. If it's a house for a construction place, that sound ordinance stop at fucking 10 a.m. When you can start building or working on a house, it's 10 o'clock and after. You got, I think it's from 10 to 7. You're good. Like after 7 p.m., you can't work on shit no more. But like,
I mean, think about it.
Motherfuckers don't call on that shit.
Think about it. It really ain't got nothing to do with that. You're talking about people who bought the bullshit in high school history class, that manifest destiny bullshit, that you could just go to somebody else's territory or land and say, well, God said I should have your land. and that's supposed to be sufficient. So when you got motherfuckers who've been brought up like that, then of course they think they can just come through and have their way when they want and how they want it. They just ain't ran up on the right black person yet. That's all.
Yeah, no, they motherfuckers, niggas and then they got in the fights about that shit, especially with the drummers. That shit was on the news, like they had protests and shit for their whole sound ordinance. Like that was some bullshit. Like I'm talking before I was born, and these dudes been there. Like you got dudes that's like this is all they do. They sit out there and drum. You got like dudes in their 90s out there. Wow. That's their that's their way of living and shit. They go out there and do that. That's what keeping them alive. Like,
yeah.
And that's heritage and culture, man. But of course, no appreciation of that. None. No appreciation. Don't care.
Exactly.
Don't shit on my lawn. The classic attitude. Like, yeah.
It's like because we used to have this thing. We used to have Juneteenth festivals at the lake. That shit been died though. Like that shit died.
I remember we had taken the kids to Disney on Ice. And, we went in. We had been sitting there for like an hour watching the show, and this white lady comes up and just starts talking shit like, "You are in my seats." And yeah. Then my wife looked at that bitch and said, "Wonder who the fuck you think you talking to? So you ain't talking to us." And we said, "You better check your motherfucking tickets." And I said it just like that. Look at us.
Dixie.
Oh, I'm in the wrong section. I'm so sorry. Yeah, bitch. Woo. That's how you got to talk to them.
I'm sorry. Huh?
I had that happen.
That's like jobs I've had to check cats that talk slick. Bosses, I've had to do that back in the day. They think they could talk greasy to you. I yelled at a cat in a board meeting one time. That brother came out and I ain't have no more problems like that motherfucker. I think I almost shit his pants, man.
Over here. I'm all Malcolm X in that turn.
Yeah.
Fuck with me if you want to.
Hey, what you saying, Clark?
Oh, I had to do that at a ball game one time.
You gotta put your bass voice on.
Yeah, I had to, man. Dudes was like, "Y'all in my seats." I'm like, "Pull your fucking tickets out." I said, I've been sitting here. It's the fucking fourth inning. And then, he's making a scene. And then the freaking, what are those guys? The
Usher.
Oh, man, whatever. The Ushers, the Usher came down. And then he pulled his ticket out. He was like, "Oh, my bad. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Let me buy you a beer, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
You do that and you make a mistake, you should be automatically expect to get cursed out.
Shit.
But see, it ain't just about that though. See, they see us and they automatically think we're in the wrong regardless. This is their country. They can talk to us any kind of way they want to.
You can't afford these tickets.
Here's my favorite. Here's my favorite one.
That'd be the first thing.
When you stand in line online and here he come, this waltz his ass by. Excuse me, I was next. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh.
I had someone trying to cut
me. My big black ass standing there. Come on, man.
Standing there, really? Trying to cut me. I was like, nah. I said real calm, like, nah, man. The kind of guy got mad. I looked over and said, there a problem or something? Like, you see me standing here, man.
Yeah, like you're invisible and shit. My big black ass is not hard to see. Come on.
But a lot of that, like you was talking about RTO, man. A lot of that has to do with exclusion too, man. You know what I'm saying? If you move to an area, and I got the Manifest Destiny thing because that's a big part of it, but even the exclusion, because they don't feel like they're part of something. So let's end it. You know what I'm saying? I don't fit in what's going on right here.
But the thing is that's in your mind because you can sign right the fuck up and be right a part of it. It's not like, only black people can sit here and do African dances. No, I've seen a gang of white women doing this. That ain't shit. That's what you think that you're excluding yourself out of the shit. It's open to everybody. All you gotta do is just walk up and do it.
You didn't roll out the carpet for them. You know what I'm saying? And that's not grown people shit. If you want to be part of something, you go and check it out. You do your research, blah blah blah.
How can I be a part of it?
Yeah, we're not rolling out the carpet because you just moved into town. And you should automatically have rights to be involved with a lot of shit. people's mentality and attitudes is crazy, man. It's
right. It's a lot of inferiority shit, man, off the rip.
Yeah. It's an inferiority complex. That's exactly what it is.
Rip.
Right. No, what's happening is people aren't getting back smacked like back in the day. See, people think they can say any old shit. You see people getting indignant on planes and disrespecting folks. Back in the day, when you used to get choked out.
You got choked out.
Yeah, some people didn't do that back in the 90s. You know,
you gotta get loud because you draw your line in the sand. Like, you know, certain jobs I've had that, you know, they'll try to talk to you like a piece of shit, and there's your time. Because if you miss that opportunity, you'll have it again, and then you're looking like you're wilding. Then when you let it go on for some time and let it build up, and then you go off, you're crazy. You let that shit go on from the jump. Like this ain't
check them early, right?
Real.
Yeah, check them fools right quick. I remember that happened in the department once. They talking about the chair shitting, or they gonna get you. This Mark guy's gonna get you thrown out. Like, I don't give a fuck what he think before I even thought. I'm talking about my old college, like 76 years old. Before I caught myself, the Negro came out. Got all shook. It slips out, man. That brother come out sometime.
They never gonna get it together. So we keep doing what we do. It's how we survive. I don't never expect that shit to change, man.
No.
Be yourself.
No.
Me and my
business. I treat people how they treat. I treat you exactly how you treat me.
Right. Be black. Don't forget you black.
Remember me and my Mexican partner, we got harassed at the Staples Center for being in the skybox or whatnot. We went to I forgot what we left. We both left at the same time, and you know, I think you had to have like a little fucking not tattoo, but you know, a little stamp get in and whatnot. And they came back and they look at us like, "Fuck you doing here?" I'm like, going back to our skybox because McDonald's paid for us to fucking come in here. Like, like we was fucking employees of the month or some shit like that, and we got some Clipper tickets. This is when the whole Elton Brand era and all this shit with the Clippers was running shit. So, and they gave us some fucking skybox stickers. Hey, we all roll. We roll with the owner of that McDonald's and the fucking district manager and shit. And like, dude looked at us hella funny. I'm like, bruh, like, first of all, it's like one of those situations you see a nigga come out. Let me and then when motherfucker try to come back in, you would act all funny and shit. Like, nigga, you did not just see us come up out of here.
Let me tell you something. I just with them yanking that lady, that old lady, black lady out that car. I swear, if I ever did that to my mother, you might as well throw me in jail.
And that's what it's gonna take, man. I hate to say this, but that's what it's gonna take. It's gonna take somebody who don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna whoop somebody's ass and do that to my mother.
And then they all of a sudden want to act right. They gonna. It's all it takes is for the wrong parent. The wrong parent to lose their child, or in that case, their mama to get roughed up. The motherfucker go on a shooting spree. They'll stop. They gonna keep doing that shit as long as we allow it.
I remember back in the young day, this dude talked grease to me at UPS when I was working. I had to run it. I ran across the belt into the truck and choked that joke. Had him up on the shelf. It's funny how even everything else stay up. I had him around the neck. You know, they can talk to black folk greasy till you choke their ass, and then all of a sudden it's real polite.
And they got dash cams,
motherfucker in the air, right?
These motherfuckers got dash cams, and they still fucked up,
turning shit off.
It's the system, man. Dash cam, body cam, all that shit works. The system is flawed. How much sense does it make? You let the accused investigate themselves. Like we wouldn't do that for no other country. Like that shit is the most mind-boggling shit ever. Like, come on, they know what they doing. All that shit is for dog and pony show. So what you got to do is make up in your mind what you gonna do if the shit happen to you or one of your loved ones.
Right.
Hey, yo, you ever see that video where that guy goes to different police stations and says he wants to, can he get a form to fill out a complaint against an officer? He went to like 10 different ones, and man, one of them motherfuckers arrested him because they asked him what was the business.
You see what I'm saying?
I don't want to expose that. I want to file a complaint against an officer. Dude told him to get out to the police station, chased him out. Then I started asking him questions and flipped it on him and I locked him up.
You got to go to them to complain about them. That makes no sense at all. No checks and balances at all. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But as far as what you were saying, RTO, I can't wait till I find myself in a situation like that because I'm gonna see you finna get your employer sued fucking with me like this. You know, that's what
I was even thinking. I wasn't even on that mind frame.
I know because you're not expecting no bullshit like that to fuck up your day. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're 30, you ain't thinking about no shit like that happening.
Right. Crazy, man.
I got pulled over the other day, and I had my hands on the steering wheel. The cop got mad at me. I had my window cracked a little bit. You can roll that down so I can speak to you. Like you must have watched the. I'm not making no false moves. I don't care, man, because the situation I'm in, situation that that I'm in, people have been in and got shot. So I ain't gonna take no chance. I could be that next statistic. You know what I'm saying? So I'm mad. Get me, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I ain't fucking around my life, man. Pull me over some bullshit. I'm trying to get to work. These motherfuckers be on there drag racing every day. Y'all don't see nothing. Y'all don't see them, but you laser me a half a mile down the road.
I remember my wife got pulled over at gunpoint, man. We lived in Milwaukee, man. She's on the way to work in lab scrubs. You know, I mean, we thought this car's involved. No, it wasn't. It was driving while black. That car was too nice for her to drive because it's Milwaukee, where all of us supposed to be broke.
Oh man,
racist ass shit. Oh, that's why I had to get up out of there, man. I got questioned asking how the cops in our apartment complex. We live in a gated complex. It's like 10 police cars. So I'm like, hey, officer, what's going on? Just came from class. I'm suited down, dressed up, whatever. I asked what's going on. Or some black guy robbed a bank, articulate, kind of like you. Where were you tonight? Start questioning me. Ask for
I was just your mom. Articulate, kind of like you. Where was you last night?
Oh, okay. So I'm the only articulate black in Milwaukee. Okay, great.
So I'm post the devil, man.
But we had to get out of there, man. Like, man, we got to go.
Yep.
On the Frank Jew beating happened when we were there too. These off-duty cops beat this guy half to death. They thought he robbed something when he didn't. And they about beat him, within an inch of his life. I mean, brother, messed up, man.
Oh, is that that was the thing with the old dude, whatever his name was, right?
I mean, that was national news.
Clark, or what's his name? Something Clark or whatever.
Yeah, he was involved in that, right? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Frank Jew beat it.
Yeah, sell out, motherfuckers.
Yo, they beat that joke almost to death, man.
You guys just let me know when you want to get your Billy Clubs together. I'll be right there with you.
Billy Club? Yeah, we getting CCWs. Fuck a Billy Club.
I'm getting an AR, nigga.
Shit.
What's up, Mike?
This Rod. I'm back. I'm back, man.
What up, though?
I'm back temporarily.
I will.
What up?
It's in the chat. It's awful, man. It's the Frank.
All right.
Frank Jew Jr. I mean, that's terrible, man.
What's up with and Funk Flex going off on his coworker now?
He always going off on somebody.
Out of line.
Oh, his coworker. Who the hell is his coworker?
Rosenberg.
Rosenberg.
Hold on. Wait, hold up. What's going on?
Rosenberg said something about Flex and he don't mean nothing to the culture or something like that.
He don't.
Fake beefs and all that shit with the whole ASAP shit. He's saying Travis Scott sounds like ASAP or something, and Flex went in on him like, "Yo, you was in from somewhere in Maryland. I was filling up the tunnel 3000 when you was in Chevy Chase."
Always talking that shit.
Yeah, but Rosenberg be on some real shit though. So I fuck with Rosenberg more than I fuck with Funk Flex.
I fuck with Rosenberg way more than I fuck with Funk Flex.
Shit.
Who the fuck this is a dead man?
He said, his last name is.
That's where you push the line for me. That man dead. He can't defend himself.
Name on it type shit. He said you don't even show up to your Sunday show. He said you just the Rosenberg shit, or you all y'all do is just put your name on shit that other people did, get the credit for it and shit like that. Flex went in, but I don't know, man. Flex should be he's an OG. He need to start acting like his age. Start acting his age, man, and be a role model. Coming up because Flex had it on lock. Let's don't get it fucked up. The 90s, Flex had that shit. The city, he had the city, man.
Did he?
So he gotta be.
He might have had New York, but he don't mean shit.
Yeah, y'all can have that one because he ain't do shit.
Might mean shit to y'all, but fuck him.
But maybe I need to do some research. But what has Rosenberg done for the culture?
I
know. I know Rosenberg was putting out underground shit before I knew about.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm going to have to do my research because what has he done for the culture?
I know. I heard about Kev Brown seeing shit from Rosenberg.
Kev don't fuck with Rosenberg no more either.
I know it's not no more, but just from then.
When I say I fuck with Rosenberg more than I fuck with Flex, because Rosenberg, like the shit we just got finished talking about, Rosenberg will talk about that shit. Flex ain't talking about shit like that because he's scared.
Yeah, he knows how to walk between the walk the tightrope. Been in it long.
Yep. You know we gotta be.
It's like just everything comes off music, and Nick motherfuckers talking about music instead of just, man, where's the music at? Where's the, work on trying to change the way the radio is, change that the way the programming is, man. Look, ride on that. Go off on that. How the radio just plays the same shit every three. Change that. That's a problem.
Thank you. I hate it.
I would ride with that, man. I will actually, probably comment on that shit. Change that. Make this radio.
Talk about why New York sounds like Atlanta.
That's a good one. Why we ain't got our own sound no more? Why don't we have our own sound anymore?
They dick ride too much. I can answer that one.
That and I don't know if they're afraid.
Dick riding going on now.
There it is.
Trying to jump on the come on, man.
They have no heart, man. They just at least sucking on the sneak tip. Damn, they just pull it all out, man. Just no shame. Yeah, man. Like, you from Brooklyn, dude. Y'all don't talk like that. Stop.
Artists, bro. They
from the Bronx.
They don't get behind the artists
like that.
That's
talk your shit.
It is, man.
Yeah, man. Like you're from Bushwick. Y'all don't even sound like that. Stop.
New York break records, man. Let's get fucked up. New York
corny, man.
Easily. Now he lost it. They lost it, man.
Yeah, I'm saying they're the corniest niggas out there. I'll say it.
Goes get played. They start beefing. No one wanted to work with each other. And then you know what? Atlanta said, you know what? The rest of the country said, you know what? Let me show you how to do this shit.
Wow.
Well, it's what it is, man.
Hey.
Thank God for
I do agree. Niggas don't fuck with each other like that. And from what I've seen, from what I observe, niggas you don't see everyone's worried about themselves. It's one man for himself instead of niggas getting together and making shit pop.
Yep. Strength in numbers, man.
Arrogant.
You don't see no slaughterhouse shit with New York niggas like that.
Nope.
Like, if you seen like the only unity I seen with these New York niggas like fucking red meth.
Yeah.
Shit. That was so long ago though. But yeah.
Right.
Never be another thing like the firm, man. These motherfuckers just too arrogant, like you said, and egotistical, man.
Yep.
Dang, man. It takes away from the art, man.
I mean, just too much damn dick ride, man. They actually have an identity crisis. They don't know who they are, man. They're all trying to rap elementary and act all weird, dumbing down the flow. I mean, it's just, man, sad.
Turns out, nigga, you mad because I'm styling on you. It's heard it too.
Y'all catch
everybody, man.
Slaughterhouse broke up. Didn't they all break up with this band or somebody left?
Basically this band.
They're on hiatus.
Yeah. Just pitiful, man.
Yeah, that shit's sad, man.
Hey, I speaking of hiatus, I appreciate their Royce album, man. Did a good job on that.
Nigga.
Detroit, stand up, man. Real.
Hey. That album right there that's my favorite rapper.
You talking about the other day, the Elzai, what's the guy name of Ninth Boy? Crisis. They weren't feeling
Jericho Jackson.
Who y'all think?
I saw Clark talking about that.
Yeah, I'm still going to the show, but I mean, it was good. I'm not taking nothing from it. It's just I like Elzai. I mean, Elzai is one of mine easily. I can say top 10 MCs. Crisis is dope behind the board.
But no doubt.
But for me, them two together, it just didn't.
Maybe didn't mesh well.
Yeah, maybe I was expecting too much. I don't know. It just didn't go right.
Sometimes contrasting styles are contrasting for a reason.
Yeah, it's like it just for me it just didn't go right. I'm not taking nothing away from the project. It was dope, but
the chemistry don't be there. I feel you.
Well, you talking the P rhyme joint?
No. It was Crisis and Elzai did the album together too.
The Jericho Jackson.
Yeah, Jericho Jackson.
Okay, yeah.
I like the Prime.
Prime, yeah. I fucks with Prime.
I like both.
Y'all didn't like the Jericho Jackson?
We didn't say that.
No, I like Jericho Jackson.
See, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna be the controversial figure.
It's cool. It's cool.
I didn't like Prime. I didn't like Prime
at all.
I heard that Prime too. A lot of people didn't really care for it.
That beat from pedestrian hell to me, man. I didn't like those beats.
I didn't like the first one. Now with
hey Clark, you low.
Them beats was boring, man. Like that's Premier, really?
I mean, well, he was kind of he had his hand.
Yeah, back to Emergency. This way. Thank you.
Did they handcuff him?
Yeah, with the Prime album,
he was.
I think what it was is Premier got a lot of stuff from
Adrian Young.
Yeah, Adrian Young. Yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah. Not a lot of stuff. We got everything from it.
Yeah, it was
the whole
everything.
idea of the project is they sampling one artist.
Yeah,
I didn't like the beats. The beats did not do it for me on that. And that's blasphemy saying that about Premier. I love Premier. I mean,
have his attributes.
Do it for me.
Sounds and shit that no one's heard and flipping them. You handcuff him and say, "Hey, this sample from this," kind of taking away from what he does, man.
I mean,
yeah.
It sounded like a drum machine almost. I mean, just like, come on, man. That's not that Premier sound.
It was very theatrical to me. That's what I thought it was. It was instead of that rough Brooklyn guru shit, Gangstar shit. It sounded very theatrical. And it was a good project, man. I understand where they were going with it, but you know, if I had $7 and I had to either pick a meal or that record, I was gonna eat.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just.
I don't think no record gonna stop me from eating.
Well, that's the problem with the older artists now. They're having this identity crisis. Versus, why don't you just do the Steely Dan route? Just do your sound and let your crowd dig it.
Right.
I don't get it. Them cats got rich for years.
But I mean, it was. To me, I looked at it like how we do the sample challenge. You know, he had to step outside of his realm of, you know, being comfortable. So he made best of what he had, and I mean, he did a good job. It was just I wasn't. I didn't stay on my phone long. I just put it that way.
Well, the problem is it's Premier sets a high standard. So of course, you know, you expect you know the best beats ever, and just that wasn't it. That was like a Michael Jordan game where he got 15 instead of 30.
Well, again, you got to put things in perspective, though. He's limited to one artist. So if that's the criteria, then of course he can't do all, you know, benefit from his natural digging state and all that. You got to pick from one source.
Yeah, but the beats could have been funkier though. He still programmed the beats though.
Yeah, that's true. But
some beats had no, you know, when there had no feel to it, just boom, tap. Come on, man. That's not Premier.
Hey, the cop that slung that one of the cops that slung that lady out the car has quit all of a sudden.
Yeah, he resigned. Yeah.
Also, Andre 3000 released 2 songs today.
Yeah. Okay. So
say that again. Why about I couldn't hear it.
Andre 3000 released 2 songs for Mother's Day.
Oh.
Yeah. The first one is a little bit more conventional. He's singing or whatnot, but
wow.
The second one is like a 17-minute jazz song where he's playing like the fucking bassoon. I put that shit in the chat and was like, chop this. Sample it.
That's what that was, okay.
Yeah. That shit like 17 minutes long, guy.
God damn, why gotta be the bassoon, though?
17 minutes long.
I can't stand the bassoon. That's the one instrument I fucking hate.
Hey, wait a minute now. Seeds of Love. I like it in that.
Yeah, the bassoon is dope if you can play it.
It sounds good to see it.
Hold on. Okay, what's the other one? What's the more higher pitched one?
You know, as a bassoon, right? In the Seeds of Love, the Jay-Z joint with Just Blaze.
Well, I'm probably getting them mixed up. Which one is a higher pitched bassoon?
Are you thinking
the
about
oboe? The oboe is the one I can't stand. Yeah, I don't fuck an oboe.
It's like the bassoon sound dope in that Seeds of Love sample.
Oboe sound like a dying duck, man. I can't fuck with that instrument.
You know
that nigga said fuck a oboe.
He said fuck a oboe.
In that Nas joint, I used a flugelhorn for the first time.
Oh, okay. Rock Marciano got a joint with a damn bassoon on it that's unorthodox as hell. It sounds like Peter and the Wolf or some shit on his last project. It's bugged out.
Yeah, I like using weird instrument choices, man. Like, man.
What instruments do not show up? And I know, you know, this Talk That Stuff is not. We ain't talking all beats.
Show up.
Yo, man.
What instruments do you purposely stay away from? Any?
Not really.
That I purposely stay away from it. It's just not in the music that I listen to.
It's just never. I don't fuck with harpsichords, bro.
Maybe banjos.
I use the harpsichord. You know
I can see it.
I got a joint with a harpsichord in it.
You know the West Coast joint I did was last week.
Yeah,
CMA last week. That was a harpsichord. It sounded like a piano, but it was a harpsichord.
Okay.
And they sound good slowed down. If you pitch them down, they actually sound really good too.
I like harpsichords like in the lower register or whatnot.
And you know why I used it, Wallace? Because they used one in that TLC song that they last song they just put out, and I love that song with Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
And I was like, hey. So I just kept looking. I'm gonna find that song. I went to every piano I had. I was like, let me try harpsichord, and I got very close to it.
B.A. Max said,
Go ahead, man.
He said, B.A. Max said, don't hate on the oboe. Hashtag
hey, man.
No, fuck a oboe.
I'm hating all the way hating on the oboe. I cannot stand.
Fuck your oboe.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to ask y'all this.
I'm with flutes all day. I'm with the flutes all day. I'm with all woodwinds except for oboe.
I want to ask y'all this though. Did y'all? I mean, and if you don't really make this kind of music, you may not necessarily be interested in the conversation. But for those of you who heard that Childish Gambino joint, that This Is America, I wanted to ask you what you thought about that beat. Like, what you thought about the production of the beat.
I thought it was okay. It wasn't in the right home about.
It meets today's standards.
Right. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like, oh my God, you know, it wasn't that either. It was just cool.
Yeah, it meets today's standards.
Right. I wanna recommend to y'all. It's a series. I don't know how many of y'all have Spotify, but it's a series called Dissect, and the guy who does it goes really in depth in terms of production choices, how the beat is put together, the chords that are being used. It's really, really interesting. And so he's only done it for My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and he's done it for To Pimp a Butterfly. I love to hear him do more shit regularly because it kind of framed how I listen to that beat. And one of the things he talks about is juxtaposition. And juxtaposition is when you place two things together that are almost directly opposite. Am I right, Big Stacks?
I do it all the time in my production. Damn.
I do it too.
I telling the secrets, damn it. That's helped me.
Yeah, you know, so that opposition is, it does something. So you got the singing, the woo, you know, and I mean, even in the video, obviously it has a lot of juxtaposition in it. But that bass line in that joint, and that This Is America joint, is ominous as hell. Like some shit is happening. Like I'm
gonna tell you a joint
actually, the term is counterpoint. That's what they call it.
Some people call it counter melody as well. But I'm gonna tell you a joint, Wallace, a more recent joint that you can clearly hear that, and it works for the track. Big Crit's. I won't say it's Return of no. Come back to me. Come back to me.
Like Rosa
No, I'm saying come back
Parks.
to. No, hold on.
Like Rosa Parks, it got that 808, that hard beat, and it got the people doing the with the harmonica and shit like that. Those two worlds are almost it's like they're almost opposite. You know what I'm saying? And it's just interesting when you put those two things together, what comes out of it. The yin and the yang.
Yeah, it almost makes it sound. It almost makes it sound theatrical, like a soundtrack. That the counterpoint. Yeah. I mean, it gives it movement, right? That's. If I get that from orchestra, orchestra kind of does. I mean, I got that from orchestra experience. This is, how the arrangements were done. So a lot of that seeped into the beats. Funny enough.
I was watching. I don't know what the fuck I was watching, but I don't know. I was watching Black Lightning, and I think it was the last episode of the season, and they was playing that damn song from Designer, the Timmy Turner joint, and how they played, like the beginning part. It was I don't know how the original song go, but the beginning part it was dark, because what he's seeing, there was a lot of minor shit going on with the chords of the beat, but then they switched it and fucking started playing a bunch of uplifting music, a lot of major shit, but still with the Timmy Turner lyrics and the notes that he's using in that shit. And that shit, it was dope how they switched it when it both worked from how he was singing and shit. And I was just thinking, that was kind of similar to what y'all was talking about with that. And it was funny how they switched from just dark and grimy to just hella uplifting and positive.
Right.
Within the same lyrics, and the same lyrics is in the center, and you got these two opposite things coming together.
Right.
It was hella dope.
That's beautiful, and that's the art to what we do. And so I was listening to the This Is America joint, and the production itself, when he was rapping, when he was doing the rapping part, it couldn't have a lot in it without taking away from what he was saying. So it kind of harkened back to me about making sure you keep shit simple. Keep it simple. Yep. Let every individual piece have its opportunity to breathe. Yep. You know what I'm saying? That's really, really, really important. And I'm because I find myself trying to put too much in the beat, and it be a whole lot going on and shit like this, that, and the third. If you want to do that, you got to save that for that seminal moment in the beat when it's like a crescendo, and not just have the entire beat have a fucking whole orchestra playing at the same time and all kinds of hats.
Well, now you're raising a bigger point, man. I mean, I always try to say to people to ask about beats. First of all, don't make beats. If you want to really make memorable stuff, make songs. Treat your beat making like you're making a song. Treat it like composition. I mean, I literally think of this part needs an instrument or something, but it's really putting the whole arrangement together. I'll give away a real big secret here. A lot of stuff I'll do on tracks is organic. It's literally I put it in the song sometimes when it needs something. I mean, it's not even on the machine. It's something I'll play a part into the recording. I mean, I'll expound upon that when I do the drop in like a month or two. But some of those tracks are dropped in the moment because it needed something. One time, it never comes in again because you heard it. So just listen to it. It's complete.
It's just one of them things.
It wasn't even on the ASR or the MP3 or MPCs or nothing. It wasn't even on either machine.
That's the beauty. And to me, that's the beauty of mixing in a DAW, a full-fledged DAW versus mixing in machine, because I could just add a track, add a VST
open
instrument,
it up, play a key line, and
play it right in that very particular moment. And I'm sure you can do that in machine, but I can leave it alone.
But the machine likes to loop shit. So, but I know exactly what you mean.
Wallace, that track I'm talking about is Now and Never, Big Crit. It's only two elements I'm talking about, but he got like this real high synth sounding sample. Then he got this real low horn sounding sample. And I always loved the way that they went and played it. They countered each other. It made the track special.
This is why I like synthesizers so much, because you can make anything you want. Anything, if you know how to program a synthesizer, you can literally start with a basic initial patch and make whatever you want.
Yeah, I had to do that this week.
Oh, you did? What did you use?
I can't tell you.
Oh, okay.
You'll find out Tuesday. I'm just saying because of the limitations, I had to turn shit into something else.
Did you use software or hardware?
Oh, software. I don't have any sense.
Oh, okay. I just use one piece of hardware.
Yeah, so in other words, don't be so programmatic with it, man. Art is art, and it should be organic, man. What did you? Sometimes you got to feel and beyond playing. Feel
man,
it.
First things I learned in school.
Let me tell you how meticulous I am with the counter shit. So I use and I pan the same way. So if I got a melody going on at R30, I'm gonna have that counter melody going on at L30.
Yeah,
I'm that meticulous with it.
That's a matter of fact. Now I'll tell you, go to the Instagram and listen to the piano line and the guitar line and the joint about my wife. I mean, that there's two different melodies playing in each speaker, right? Because you can have them together, they're gonna clash, but they complement each other when they're separate speakers, right?
That's why I love studying Teddy Riley.
Nerd zone now, right?
Yeah.
The Teddy Riley, every instrument got its own little rhythm and melody going on. I'm like, God damn! Like, I don't know what to follow here, but he made it work.
Hey, what's going on with R. Kelly and Spotify shit?
He just got removed from the playlist. His music didn't get removed as a whole, just from playlist.
All right.
We saw that. Yeah, that's crazy.
So, I would never take up for R. Kelly, but I will say I kind of agree with 50 on this. That's a dangerous precedent to set.
Yeah. Who's gonna pull next? Marvin Gaye, Miles Davis. I mean, there's some real assholes in music, man. I mean, he ain't the first. What, James Brown?
I mean, but I'm not taking up R. Kelly by no stretch of the imagination. I'm just saying that if we're going to start doing that for people who've never been convicted of anything, it's just a slippery slope in my mind.
There are a lot of very bad characters in music that were great.
Not be political, though, man.
That's case, you better break your Marvin Gaye records. Break the James Browns, Miles Davis. Pick
I mean, R. Kelly, in the face of all of the controversy and stuff, I could see there being some level of pressure that they kind of trying to get out ahead of, but XXXTentacion ain't talking nothing. That groups like Suicidal Tendencies and Esham and fucking, I mean, even to a lesser extent than them.
Like Turner.
You know what I'm saying? So it is a slippery slope.
It's a slippery slope. Now, if you get convicted of something like that, then okay, it's fair game. But
how many rape charges have been made and all that for groupies? It's like, come on, man. They ain't gonna take on the shelf.
Hey, they ain't gonna take Pulp Fiction off cable because of Harvey Weinstein. I bet you that.
Right. Nope. Exactly. Right.
Fucking Hateful Eight. They ain't gonna take that shit off TV.
Right. Thank you.
Oh.
She said 95% of Hollywood have to go. True.
Yeah.
Woody Allen married his niece or some shit like that.
Yeah, Woody married his.
You might still catch Annie Hall on a Thursday night on Turner Classic Movies, nigga.
Right.
He married the stepdaughter, whatever it was. Adopted daughter.
Stepdaughter or adopted daughter.
Daughter. Sick, pervert crap.
That's everybody up my way.
There'd be nothing on TV. Yeah, B.A. Mac was right.
Reruns of
crazy.
So I got a question. Off topic. Are y'all ready for the Skynet invasion?
Yeah, Skynet been one. They been one.
Hell yeah. Man, you ever want to see something interesting? If you got an Android, go on Google Maps and look at your timeline.
Who saw the whole
the IO shit?
Who saw the whole shit with the Google thing? They got a couple of them, but the shit with
I saw
the phone. What the fuck is the name of it? God damn, I'm just talking.
Duplex.
Yeah, Duplex. Google Duplex. I don't know.
What they call it, making calls for you and shit. That should be calling your wife like, Rod said,
real as fuck.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Damn.
That shit sounded hella real. Like, I would have never guessed that was a fucking robot. Like
that shit's so bad.
That shit called. It was like, yes, excuse me, I would like to make an order. Like that bitch said, and it had like an elongated, you know, when someone's trying to actually call or do something. That shit sounded exactly like someone's calling to make an appointment or whatever.
It was not a robot voice
at all. No, not even. I mean, not just that it wasn't a robot voice. The words it was using and the inflections in the words.
It was like perfect English.
Yes.
That's scary. Wow.
That shit was.
And it answered
I'm like, I'm with that. Okay, I get that one. But the other one that I was talking about was the I need to go on the chat and see what the
one where they learn how to walk and shit.
Yeah, the deep mind. That motherfucking thing was showing it learned how to walk on its own, man. Like,
I saw that shit.
It's a program. It's a fucking program, and it made it like a little humanoid figure or whatnot. And basically, all the developer or whatnot did, the programmer, to get from point A to point B, and then show it how to walk, and then show it how to do nothing. And that motherfucker figured out straight on his own how to walk, how to move around different obstacles, climbing blocks.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I have invested in the Artificial Intelligence Index.
Hell yeah.
Hey, so I'm like, you having these programs that they're making right now, and the damn robots, the robotics that's being made, these damn dogs and these fucking human robots that they got, and you put them shits together, we on fucking damn iRobot like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, the damn thing can think for itself.
Yeah, and this is only the shit that they're showing us too.
Right.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
I know.
That's the scary part. What are they?
Like, I'm closely watching this shit now. Like,
I'm gonna tell y'all when Skynet won. They won in 1999. Before that really, but clearly in 1999 when we had that fake ass Y2K bug. And everybody ran out and spent all they got their money on fake canned goods and shit. I was like,
noodles.
Yeah, they won. Why? And you had all these stores. We Y2K ready.
Yeah, Y2K.
To get ready for the date change. Shit, nothing happened.
Shit didn't do a fucking thing.
20 years almost ago.
Watching that clock, man. That clock strike 12.
Man, that shit was supposed to be Armageddon.
Remember, it's supposed to be the computer supposed to be reset and all the things was going to be wiped out.
Oh yeah.
Don't know how to.
And then it happened again. Somebody's like,
Age and shit.
Somebody decided that it was going to happen again. It was a different date this time. Remember when it was like 2012 or something, or 2008?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
People were selling all the goods and all kind of crazy shit, jumping out of windows. Like, what's wrong with people?
And it wasn't just day-to-day people. Institutions were doing it too.
Yes.
You know, my school was prepping for it. My high school was.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So this wasn't some Joe Smo. This was institutions doing it as well. Like they had everybody shook.
It's interesting, and it's interesting, and it's like marvels that this shit is happening. So I don't want to say so soon, but it is kind of early. I didn't think we would be up on this fast, but it's scary at the same time. Like, I think we're at the point where we need to stop. We see we can do this shit. All right, cool. Just stop and don't let that shit get no further than what it is now.
Yo, did you want
robots building robots with its own fucking artificial
power and
intelligence and shit?
What you about to say, Wallace?
I was just thinking, like, you have to consider the fact that at some point before Y2K, one person or one organization began that conversation.
Yep.
One person was like, you know what? What's going to happen in 2000 when the shit get to turning over? And companies, bro, there has to be people who are literally billionaires because of Y2K.
Yep.
That's
gotta be. Gotta be.
Yep. Called widespread panic and capitalized on it. This dirty. Cunning.
Cunning, my nigga. Right. Cunning.
Right. Cunning as shit. Like,
I bet the Dow shot up that
people
day,
and get
rich.
Right. Sick genius. Yep.
Right.
Capitalize on this panic and get rich.
What you about to say? I will.
I was just gonna say, I'm sure everybody heard about when they were making human body parts and shit on animals. When they were like growing like human ears and shit on rats and stuff.
Yeah.
To be used. Yeah, they were like growing
shit.
But then they even like they started where they actually have a firm, I think it's in Vietnam or somewhere like that, where they're taking DNA from mastodons that are dug up out of the ground, and they're trying to impregnate an elephant with mastodon DNA.
Oh, that's crazy.
And they're trying to birth a mastodon. Yeah, exactly. And so what they do over there is they will take your pet and they will resurrect your pet by cloning it for like 10,000 or something, or 100,000. I can't remember how much the number is. But they will take your exact animal and they will give you a carbon copy of that animal. You know, if your animal passes away, you just got to give this firm some of the DNA from the animal, and they will make you a carbon copy of your animal, and it will act exactly the same as your other pet did.
He still gonna go get my beers for me?
Nah. That's what they say.
I mean, I remember dog do this shit now.
I love my dog.
I remember when I was
immediately as a puppy.
The year that I graduated from high school, my favorite teacher, his name was George Nassif. He taught us that the biggest invention in the history of humankind is the birth control pill. Because women then had the opportunity to decide whether or not they were going to bear children, so to speak. And he said, right now, there are people who are able to pick the eye color of their kids.
Right.
I graduated from high school 23 years ago now.
Right.
Yep.
And I'm looking at it like, oh, shit got to be accelerated at this point.
Oh yeah, Nick Cannon talked about that in his last interview. He said there's it's been a while since I watched it, but that's the same interview he talked about that consent app that he's putting out. But apparently amongst the elite, they're already doing that shit, like DNA matching.
Yeah, I've heard
they
about
want
that.
their kids to be a certain height and all that shit.
Wow.
Like, they're already doing that.
That's like Soylent Green and shit, man. Like,
but I'm gonna tell you what, man. Stacks, I'm sure you can agree. I don't know about anybody else, but call me when they cure male pattern baldness.
Yeah.
You would think this would have been cured by now, right?
Actually, they started an experiment like 10 years ago. They was regrowing hair on mice.
Yeah.
And, but I haven't read up on it.
They got that. They put the little patch up there, right? Ain't that what the
LeBron
got about the wig, the fade,
because
the wig
LeBron
fade.
ain't got it. I know it ain't on the market yet.
LeBron's came back a little bit though.
He's looking patchy though now.
His
LeBron
he got the JL audio. He got the JL audio on his hair, man.
Okay. Patchy. 2 years on
that summer hair. Some over here
used to be a Wi-Fi signal. Now straight up fucking hourglass.
He got the brown Pangea going on.
Damn.
Crazy.
Upside down Africa.
Look at his hairline from 2012 and then look at it when he stopped wearing the headband.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
It's
ridiculous.
It is not natural looking. I mean, it's too patchy, man.
Cut it off.
You should just let it go. Just let it go. That's cool.
I quit. I gave
I don't
You
know
don't
what
want
he's
to shave it. At least cut it as low as possible. I know people who have. They cut their hair as low as possible. It doesn't look as bad.
When he had lost to us and he was in the gym, that video he had made in the gym and it was cut, that's where he needs to be at. That was fine.
I thought that's when he was gonna just stay with the baldy.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that's what you're doing. Fine. That was low cut. He should be rocking a Doc Rivers right now.
Look, that's what I'm talking about. The Doc Rivers cut. That's what I'm talking about right there. The Doc Rivers.
But my brother, but you can see the shine with Doc though. His hair's gone in the middle, man.
It's gone, but it's still a low cut though. That shit's super low cut. Right. That's what LeBron needs.
It don't look as bad. But my brother, he was the last of us, the brothers, to lose his hair, and he held on to it for so long. And I was like, and he was like, man, I went ahead and shaved it off, man. And he wasn't sure of it. I was like, dude, you look much younger now, you know, with your hair, your head shaved. You know,
it's like my brother, God rest his soul, but he had a box near like the middle of his head. Like his wife had to tell him to let it go. Like, come on, man.
He had a box.
That hairline was near the middle. It was near the middle though. She's like, you need to let it go, bro. Stop.
Hold it on.
You know it's bad when your missus got to tell you that.
And at the peaks way back here, man. The peak, you know, he had the widow's peak too. That's even worse.
Oh man.
Yeah, look like a Grand Am. I mean, like a Pontiac.
Damn.
Man.
Damn.
Pontiac symbol. You know what I'm talking about? That point. Had that Pontiac symbol up there.
Yeah.
Way back here.
Yeah, the Marine.
Motherfucking damn.
They let it go,
what
man.
was it? Eddie Murphy movie? He was a vampire.
Yeah. Right.
Vampire in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Shut the fuck up.
I never watched it.
He gave it up though. Like I went first, man. As soon as I saw it first in the front, I gave it up. Shave it, take it all.
The minute it got thin, I said, "Fuck this."
I wasn't gonna do the Keenan Ivory Wayne shit. Nah, you got that back fro, be back here, and there's nothing here. Nah.
Let's listen to the back fro. Hairlines that gotta go.
Oh my God, I got one.
Stevie Wonder.
Hairlines that gotta go.
Thank you. That was what I was gonna say.
Somebody tell Stevie Wonder that his brace would be on the back of his head.
It ain't Stevie's fault.
Like a beanie, man. It's terrible, man.
Both
he can't see what he can feel.
Both shit.
He don't even get a shape of people around him.
And I love Stevie.
Fucking Ernie Johnson shit need to be gone too.
Yeah, Ernie Johnson. Yeah.
But at least he got the comb.
Trump.
Nah, cause that motherfucker tried to line this shit up last week, man. That's bro.
Don't even say his name, Wallace. They don't.
I think Lennox Lewis finally gave up. He hung on a long time too.
Yeah, he did.
Like, dude, come on, man. On the back of your head.
Oh, nigga, the all-time high, motherfucking Coolio.
Oh yeah.
That nigga got like 2 strands of straw left.
I think the worst thing you can do is have like braids, have like long hair, and your shit start like, you know.
It's the dude who was the official photographer for my college, right? He had no hair in the middle of his head. He had only the side, like George Jefferson.
Side fro, huh?
But he had dreads from that shit. I'm like, why?
Oh, that's Floyd Mayweather Sr.
Yep.
Cut that shit off, man.
Y'all never see that nigga look like Predator, like a motherfucker.
That's what they call Predator.
I was like, dude, he used to cut that shit, man. I was so happy when he cut that. Like that shit look bad as fuck.
Like, I got that edge gel and that Bic and got to work. Just took it off.
You little got the Charlie Brown Christmas tree hair had set up.
Yeah.
Got the George Jefferson. That don't look hot. The George Jefferson look make you look like
makes you look old, man.
Yeah, right. That look ain't hot at all, man.
You gonna do it? Embrace that shit, man.
Let's get this Kimbo
was rocking that too, right?
It was like,
all right, I have a special announcement to make.
Come on.
I got an announcement to make. I'm about to keep talking to y'all, but I'm about to wash these dishes, so I don't want to hear no shit talk about what y'all doing.
Put yourself on mute.
Clanging shit in the back. You know how y'all do. What y'all roller skating in the back?
Hey man, you already broke wind on here.
Yeah, I'm saying
we won. See, we won live. Now, why would you do me greasy?
Oh, my bad.
That dude was like, hey, continue with the conversation like ain't shit happened.
I had to express myself before we got started, man.
Well, Wallace, that's an old term. These youngsters don't know what that means anyway.
Joey Lawrence. In my computer.
Yeah. He had to express himself.
That's pre-internet speak.
And so Steve, I think his dreads and way to push his hairline back. You know, I know a lot of cats that had dreads back in the day. Now they hairline weight on the dreads.
The Damari Carroll need to give it up.
You know why, body?
Oh hell yeah, he do.
Think
Damari Carroll.
I think if Stevie Wonder could see and he saw himself, he would slap everybody ever been around.
Boy, shit, you can feel that shit.
I know.
You gotta
I
see
feel
it.
that shit.
You can feel it.
I mean, you gotta feel it's way on the. It's like a cap. It's like a scully on the back of his head, man.
He got a scully on
visually feel that.
Get this off. Where's my headdress?
A video by the youngsters or something.
Yeah, he's probably got them young girls still telling him he looks good. That's probably what it is.
Shit, that money. Hey, you don't need a gray hairline if you got money.
Yeah,
Stephen A. Smith is another one.
I know. Did somebody say Stephen A. already?
Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah, DeMar's getting hella thin. I see it here on the interview.
I was funny because I was watching that damn show with Jalen Rose and Jalen and Jacoby or something like that.
Jacoby.
It was going through like old segments, and he was doing this. Jalen was doing his stories, and he started talking about Kurt Thomas.
They bring him way back.
Playing for the Knicks.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Yeah, but that nigga had them on nasty ass braids. This shit look. Oh my god, this shit was horrible.
Yeah,
like, nigga, what the fuck was that?
I'll be back though.
That nigga had twistless, nigga. Shit
every look's not for everybody, man. Sometimes
Okay, so here's my question. And I've actually seen a report about this, but I need to understand what the fuck Elfrid Payton is doing.
I don't know. You can. I'm curious too. We both curious.
Look, ain't it?
Cause not only nigga, that shit's fucking his shot up. That ball hit his hair a few times, nigga.
Because it's flopping. It's flopping on his head.
Yes, nigga, what the fuck are you doing? It's a hindrance now. Well, you shoot a 3 and that shit is hitting your hair. Nah, bruh.
That's the other extreme there. Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's too. You went too far the other way.
Like, this nigga can't even shoot free throws without that shit hitting his hair. Like, how do you see one? Like, I don't get that. It's been time to cut that shit off.
That's too much.
You done what you achieved to do. It's over.
Maybe he's trying to overgrow it. Cause say, what is the deal with that? With the pro players, if you think about it, they all take
that's the style. But I'm like, nigga, Murs would be proud, nigga. So we give it up now. Murs and congratulated you in your hair.
Murs cut his shit though, didn't he?
But Murs grew it back though. But it ain't like it was with 318. I mean 316 and all that. But he did grow it back. It's just he got crazy. He looked like he got crazy thick dreads, but it ain't wild and crazy like it used to be.
Yeah, but maybe.
Yeah, Murs had the God take the wheel dreads.
Maybe he's trying to overgrow it so it won't get too thin later.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said he put it in God's hands. However it grows, what happens. I ain't doing nothing to it. And
that 316 is like a 4.5 ass tape, by the way. To me.
I ain't debating that. That hair ain't though, but I ain't debating how good tape is.
Hey, you make a dope tape. You can do what you want to do. As far as I'm concerned. As long as you ain't doing something illegal or immoral and show R. Kelly or some shit. You want to grow your hair out? Go ahead. Keep making that dope music.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with it.
Yeah. Oh, somebody mentioned Buster. Yeah, his I think his was thinning out too, wasn't it?
Yeah, you see, he came up off that.
Yeah, Buster cut his shit though.
Big Mac
he was quick to cut that shit.
Make him go ahead and cut this hair off.
That shit make you look old. You gotta know when to fight, when not to fight.
Cut that shit, and we got Big Bang.
Oh, I will. I think. Somebody tried to call in. Who was that?
I will.
I think it's a dude out West Coast on the West Coast named G Perico. You know about G Perico, RTO?
I heard the name, but I don't really know it like that. But I heard the name.
I heard he got a strong curl right now.
A strong
Jerry.
Whoa.
Real Jerry.
Whoa. The nigga, what? A strong Jerry? Like,
wow.
Is it fucking business in the front?
I heard he got a strong curl. I can't Google him, but I heard he got a curl.
Wow.
We talking about 1990 Ice Cube curl.
I hope not. Good grief.
We full NWA Easy curl.
Can I help you? Can I help you?
Are we talking about motherfucking Jerry Curl and fucking damn Robert Townsend's movie? I'm Melton, Jerry Curl.
RTO, didn't you have a curl?
I ain't no fucking Jerry Curl.
I could have sworn it was you that said you had a curl, man. One of y'all had a curl.
I said I had an S curl.
I had an S curl.
Shit.
Ain't no fucking Jerry Curl though. Hell no. What the fuck I look like being 10 years old with a Jerry Curl?
Somebody in here had a curl.
That was me, man. I had a mullet shine, mullet curl. That shit went down to my shoulder.
You sure did. It was your ass.
My dad kept this shit. We had to sign a petition. Like, Dad, we all didn't talk, man. You gonna have to get rid of it. Mom, will you please stop buying a curl kit, please? Okay.
S curl during the Drew Hill era.
I can really appreciate the fact how the natural hair is really, really taking off, especially on women. I really like that shit.
My wife going natural.
I really like that.
My wife rocking natural too.
Natural shit too.
But she be getting all kind of questions. We was just at the hospital the other day. Lady asking how she do that.
I remember there was a time. There was a time in hip hop history when a woman with a weave was a no-no.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Shit, you remember going to school and seeing weaves on the floor, on the ground?
Oh, all day. I pick them up.
Yeah, from the fights.
Yeah. They call that shit tumbleweave.
Yeah.
That should be blowing. I got a video on my phone. One of the last days when I was working at the school, somebody's weave got caught up in a tree. And it was hanging in the tree, bro, and just blowing in the wind. It looked like the damn plastic bag on American Beauty, dog.
God damn, we.
It did. Yeah. It was poetic how that shit was blowing in the wind.
This nigga said, "Oh hell no!"
Like that shit belonged to somebody. It meant something to somebody at some point.
Yeah, my sister cares where chicks come over. Like, damn, like half the high school be doing the bathroom. Like, damn, half high school be getting. My sister could detect people that tracks too. We got tracks right there. That track is showing over there.
Hell yeah, they'll tie you up. We used to at my high school. We had a girl that would do your eyebrows before school started, and she post up in the bathroom by the cafeteria. I mean, yeah, by the cafeteria where the kids sit before they go to class, and be just in there getting it, plucking, getting that bread.
Remember the finger wave era? They were rocking the finger waves back in like.
Hell yeah. Well, I ain't had no, but finger waves was the rock.
Shit.
Definitely seen that.
If you had finger waves, you had to have at least one ring. You had to have a ring too. Male or female, you had to have a
waves,
ring.
You had to have a triple ring, though. Triple finger ring. If you had finger waves, at least out here, shit.
We used to say if you had finger waves, nigga, you was rolling. You know what that meant? Yep. If you was a male with some finger waves, you was rolling.
Right.
Well,
they be like, I heard he rolling. He got finger waves.
You were a pimp. Yeah, you were a pimp.
Yeah, like we drew down in Forte, finger waves all day. That was some pimp shit.
Rapping Forte. What happened to him anyway?
Oh goddamn!
Remember they tried to bring the finger waves back, man.
I was wondering. He just faded away.
And you go down to Texas.
Look him up. Let me see.
I had to tell you. Go on and look up Rapper Forte right quick.
Oh, don't tell me basing or something.
Go on and look Rapper Forte up right quick and come back.
He said that nigga was basing.
I thought I heard that though. Now I think about wasn't he basing on the street or something or something weird.
Just type in Rapper Forte and robbery and come back to me.
Okay.
Y'all ever consider how much we all grew up basically kind of during the 80s. Do you ever consider how much urban drug culture impacted our childhood, dude?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have been amongst it. You could have had a user in your house or whatever. But even indirectly, like the things that we say, the paradigms, the mannerisms, all that impacted us, man.
Yep.
Right.
Remember that Yo Mama on Crack
pop
Rock
culture.
song?
What? You don't know shit about the dogs, nigga?
Crack era had a real big impact on our culture, man. Shit, real.
Hell yeah.
That was growing up, man.
If
Yeah.
you were 80s baby, for sure.
Everyone got somebody family that messed with crack, man. Had a crackhead on.
Everybody had somebody that smoked crack. Everybody had somebody that was locked up. Everybody.
Yep. Oh, okay. Damn. Okay. Damn, that's recently. Damn. He was arrested last year. Damn. Okay.
Hey, wait, yeah, you chasing around for crack. You trying to buy crack. They throw you in jail. No rehabilitation. Like, they just had no, like, let's clean these people up. Like, they just threw them in jail. Like, what you in jail for? Stealing to support my habit. Fucking
prison complex.
Years.
That's the prison complex. That's $1 million industry.
That is.
But the viewpoint of opioids is completely different, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that that's a crisis that was purely constructed by corporate America.
Oh,
yep.
By competition 100%. Amongst pharmaceutical companies to have to basically have the best dope.
Yep. What are your you mean? Would you say that, man?
Addictive, yeah.
What's that? Would I say what?
No, I'm sorry. Asking Dick. He's in the pharmaceutical.
Oh, yeah.
Man, it's bad down here, man. Like they got harsh laws when I first moved here. And they were just like, you could go down to downtown Florida and bring would fill anything that was you could dupe up like the prescriptions and they had a real, they call it the pill. I forget the name of pill mill or something's going on, but yeah, you can't get no kind of like they'll give you a Lortab. That's about it. Hydrocortisone.
Oxy style, huh?
Oxy, none of that shit. You gotta really they gotta be halfway sawed off and get that.
Oh, they don't play with that now. It's hard to get them shits now, man. Oh. My wife had surgeries. I know and
I could talk.
She knew better not to take it. She's a medical. She's like, man, she took them only when she had to. I
mean, you're right. It's legal. It's a legal dope game, bro.
All day.
And Gia, what's the motive? Money. Of course, it's not health. Money. It has nothing to do with health.
Right.
I mean, I look at my mom. My mom has had struggling health for the better part of the last 15 years. Mm-hmm. And now I watch the cocktail of drugs that she takes every day. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I mean, my mom has been kind of in and out of the hospital pretty much the last 2 or 3 months. And I'm just looking at the dollar signs that's just walking through as the time ticks in there, and hospitals are trying to get patients in and getting them out. But the treatment of it is where these bigger companies are getting broke off. The longer you're in the hospital, the more chance there is that they make some kind of mistake. And malpractice suits cost bread. But if they can put your ass out there and treat you and put you on something, they're gonna do it. Period.
That's what I'm finding right now.
Same. My mother's
because I'm stable. I'm over here stable as hell. And the team that did the van is like, they not really, it's like, because I'm stable, they not really saying shit. They dealing with the other motherfuckers who's got issues or whatever. But my main cardiologist is like, we trying to get shit moving, man. So he's gotta fight the other doctors just to get motherfuckers to do shit. It's like,
right. It's big business, man. If my son get old enough, in terms of teaching him about what to go into, I want him to do something that's going to help his people. But shit, his secondary choice is I'm be like, man, you need to go into healthcare. Because it's bread.
Great. That's one of the things me and my wife talk about. We need more people into the sciences, man. It's like and not to mention you got 4 foundation grants and all these funders that would help you go into science, especially as a racial ethnic minority. I don't know why.
Without question.
Won't do it.
Without question.
I have that conversation all the time.
So let me ask you a question. My I got a 14-year-old. What should my daughter be doing right now to prepare?
Math and science.
Math and science.
Math and science. Camps. Math and science camps. Engineering things going on Saturdays. Demonstrations. And then as she gets older in high school, you want her to have the capacity to build relationships, start building relationships with people who are in the field because they love interacting with kids that's interested.
Right.
Yeah.
So
you know what I'm saying? That's what I would do.
Stuff.
Like we had kids that be like, "Oh, I want to be a doctor." I'm like, "Do you understand what being a doctor means? You can't all of a sudden just say, I want to be a doctor. You have to be a doctor now, motherfucker."
And you need to take through, if you can in high school, get AP prep up through calculus and math, biology 2, physics, all that. Somewhere in that realm, you take biochemistry, physics. And like I say, if you can get up to calculus and math, I mean, that'll get you so far ahead. I saw that be such a stumbling block for our kids, man, in college. I mean, you had people taking reading classes in undergrad and people taking bio 00001. They didn't get to the first part of bio till their junior year because they're so underprepared. So you take 5 to 6 years to do the curriculum because you're taking all this remedial stuff you should have had in AP prep in high school for college. I mean, I got 21 credits my first semester testing out of shit.
Yeah,
I was in third part bio my freshman year, my first semester. Took all that in high school.
So, but consider this. So it's programmatic, especially for kids that grow up in urban areas. Consider this: science teachers are the most sought after teachers in K-12. If your daughter wants to be a teacher, tell her to get a science certification under her belt, because she will always have a job. So consider this. You know what I'm saying? You a science teacher. You know that your name is in demand. Science teachers are getting shit like signing bonuses, this, that, and the third. Why in the fuck would you go to Newark and fucking teach science when you could go upstate and make way more bread and have quote unquote less problems? So then those deficits are being filled by people who are either unqualified or not quality enough to be teaching it to kids. Then they get to high school, and high school is all about filling in gaps, especially in math and science. Like, you know, it's a state mandate that you got to pass Algebra 1. And schools in suburban areas, the kids is taking Algebra 1 in 7th grade. But in the hood, you know, kids is taking Algebra 1. Man, I seen kids take Algebra 1, and you got to pass a full, 2 semesters of it, like a full year. Man, I seen kids take Algebra 1 3 times, dog.
I took that
they ain't passed that shit till they was a senior.
Took that in like 8th grade. Something like that.
Exactly. Me too.
Took it in 8th grade.
Me too.
Geometry.
That's my point.
Right. I mean,
so for me, it does. But so then you go through high school, your science knowledge base is deficient, and so then you can't do upper level physics, chemistry, this, that, and the third. You kind of get by, even if you a relatively good reader. If you're a relatively good reader in high school, you can get through high school easily.
But
so,
man, come on, electron configuration, well, that takes some abstraction for your ass, though.
Hell yeah. So if you're giving me my choice and I'm a young person and I have the ability to choose my curriculum and choose my path, if I struggled like hell in science in high school, I ain't doing
right.
Period.
And then it gets worse.
What I would suggest you do is introduce your daughter to as much math and science as you can in high school outside of the classroom. Give her opportunities to get involved in it in the community and stuff like that, because if she puts herself in a position where she can interact with people who are doing it, then what will end up happening is she will have help. She will have a lot of help, because like Stack said, people are literally throwing money at STEM careers for minorities. Throwing money, $4,000 scholarship.
You can get a PhD for free.
Right.
For free.
Yes. Easy.
MD for free.
Easy.
But here's the problem. Then they get to me and you take the GMAT or GRE And now, and see, and there's the problem with Mr. Wild's talking about. It doesn't go away. It's not magic. Those deficits follow you along, and then you take the GRE. You want to go get a doctoral degree, and you're in the 10th percentile in the quantitative score, and you might be in the 20th percentile in the verbal. Guess what? We're not admitting you. We're not going to fund you to go to grad school with 10 percentile quant score, so you can't pass the method stats classes, and you can't read the research articles. So
hell no,
those deficits hurt you further along the path, the pipeline. You're not getting in a doctoral program worth anything. So that I see it all the time. I go to PhD project and recruit every year. People all gung ho. Yeah, I'm apply, get those test scores, and I just shake my head. I can't even advocate in the meeting. You can't defend that when it's that low. That's extreme. That's problem.
Right.
And it breaks my heart every time. It's like, damn, man, I thought she was gonna be or he's gonna be a ringer. You know, they're gonna get him in the program. Nope.
And I think, and not to be on the soapbox, but I think one thing that we need to do is we need to change this concept in our community about, and this may sound bad, but change our concept about what it means to be smart.
Yes.
Because everybody thinks that their child is smart, quote unquote. Mm-hmm. Everybody. And a lot of it comes down to, again, a lot of success at the higher level comes down to your ability to use information that you previously been introduced to and apply other shit with it.
Mm-hmm.
And that you can see that and build that from a young age, but you got to keep your kids engaged and shit. You got to keep your kids. I feel guilty as fuck when I let my kids just fucking wig out and watch YouTube for an hour and a half, 2 hours at a time. I'm like, motherfucker, you need to be subtracting. Mm-hmm. You know, because I'm gonna tell you, the more exposure they get to stuff, the more that they into it. My wife don't do shit. My wife is a very private woman. Mike could tell you, my wife is very private. She stay away from shit. But in order for my son to get my son involved in robotics, she had to start coaching robotics. So she the robotics coach at the damn school.
Nice.
Because of my son. So it's just something to think about, people.
Start now instead of waiting.
Right. Because those deficits you can't wish them away, man. Once they're there, and they'll hurt you the rest of your educational career, man.
Right.
They're the kind of things that don't go away, man. Deficits in education.
Do these guidance counselors gotta have some accountability? Or
parents got to do that first, though. Parents got to put that foot in.
Parents got to do it first.
Be on it. Yeah.
And typically, depending on where your child goes to school, there's a disproportionate amount of students for every counselor. I had a school with 900 kids, and we had 2 counselors. That's 450 kids per counselor.
Jesus,
that's ridiculous. I'm the assistant principal, and I'm scheduling kids. I'm doing kids' schedule. I'm looking at their transcripts, making sure they go in the right class, just because it's too many fucking kids. You know what I'm saying? So as a parent, you understand what the graduation requirements are, understand what your child's transcript looks like, understand gonna make decisions about your child's admission to their school just solely based on their grade point average. They're gonna look at grade point average, they're gonna look at involvement in other things, they're gonna look at your test scores. Besides the fact that they're looking for well-rounded people to admit to universities.
Yep.
You know? And they're looking for people to admit to universities who are trying to do majors that's going to help their bottom line too, to be honest, because everybody come to college and say they want to be pre-med, but how many of them motherfuckers stay in it?
Shoot, that first part bio get rid of a lot of them.
Hell yes.
They'll be out of there.
Hell yes. It's like boot camp, nigga. It's the same mentality. They put your ass in that bio and you be like, you know what? This ain't for me. Nigga, I'm going to get a history degree. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm not going to this. Yeah, I saw it happen. I was sitting in that class. Ooh, it be half the class gone at midterm. Like, damn.
He's a professor at Rutgers.
Yep.
Big Stacks. Remember the commercial I did going down Jefferson with that beat? That's Big Stacks. He looking pulling on that. he pulling on that fucking vein.
Stupid.
Got quiet as hell.
So yeah, man. I mean, we tell kids all the time, it ain't about how smart you are. We don't give a fuck about that. It's whether or not you're willing to push yourself past your comfort zone to get this shit done.
I have that problem in doctor programs with the stats stuff.
Right.
People don't want to learn it. I'm like, this is the stuff is basic to what you're trying to do. I don't care if you like it or not. You need to know it.
And I mean, a lot of people, we had that problem as adults too. You know what I'm saying? That's not something that's unique to kids in terms of trying to convince them to go past their comfort zone. Shit, I struggle with that sometimes too. I think a lot of adults struggle with, doing something that makes you uncomfortable in order for you to get something that you think you really want. So, but we live and we learn. Shit.
So let's be honest. I wasn't like great in math, but it's funny enough. Coming out of psych, I knew something I had to master. I had to master statistics and methods. I over prepared and just pushed through that initial deficit. I was mediocre. I mean, but I pushed through.
You know what?
It was required.
But you know what, Stacks? I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you this too, Widebody. What you might want to consider doing is finding a program for your daughter that's gonna give her the opportunity to get her high school diploma, this, that, and the third, but also give her the ability to earn credits towards earning a trade or a certificate in something.
Yeah,
because
Washington. Oh, go ahead.
You good?
That's huge.
Okay. Gotcha. That's another one people forget about the trades, skill trades. I'm from a family of cats, carpenters, electricians. They make good livings.
Because the thing is, you get out of school, you go to school or whatever, you walk away. You have a job that you can get where you making decent money.
Yeah.
And then if you want to go into a university situation, you can do that. But you already have a trade that you can go into and be able to make money from and be 20, 21 years old. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. We had kids at my school that had, special needs and stuff like that. They may have had some kind of learning disability. They may have had a cognitive impairment. What we did with our kids was we made sure that all of them was on a track to either develop a vocation or get into school. Mm-hmm. So the kids that graduated 2 and 3 years ago that went, kids that had special needs that kind of, got by in high school, whatever, had IEPs and all that. These motherfuckers have graduated and they out in their career. Auto tech, culinary arts, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 job starting, and they 20 years old, 21 years old. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, bright kids is at the university, stressed, and then they ain't even really thinking about, if they ain't on scholarship, nigga, if you got a 2.8 and a 21 on your ACT, you ain't getting no scholarship, academic scholarship. You taking out loans.
Really?
Exactly.
So they ain't even really considering the fact that they got all these fucking loans when they get out of school. So that's what I would tell anybody, like on the sneak. And I represent a program that pushes people to go to 4-year universities. But I'm like, shit, you better go get a fucking HVAC certification, a fucking electrician license or some shit. You better go do that shit too.
My uncles, man, a bunch of tradespeople.
Hell yeah.
Great.
Nigga, I'm from Flint.
HVAC is a lovely thing.
Right. I'm from Flint. And Flint is a GM town. And you know who ran the plants in Flint was the motherfucking skilled trades people.
Yeah.
They would come to work when they got ready. They would get one call every 2 weeks, do what they had to do, and then sit up and do crossword puzzles the rest of the fucking time. Mm-hmm. Sit on their ass for 30 years, retire with the best pension in the damn plant with no stress and driving a boat, nigga, chilling.
Hey, I did. I went to welding school, man. I don't weld anymore. Not my thing anymore. But I should have. I just wish I should have. When I was in school back in the day, I wish the information that's the program and shit they're out there now, man. It's so much. For me, I'm looking. I got a 14-year-old and a 15-year-old. Like a couple years, he's gonna be graduating, man. I just want to make sure that it's going in the right direction. I'm not saying that my kid's gonna be. I'm just realistic. Put it like that. I want to be realistic now. When he was 5, I was like, yeah, this guy's going to be an astronaut, but you got to start being realistic about things and make sure he lands on his feet.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And your child, man.
What is he? What does he want to do, WIDEBODY? How old is he?
15. He wants to be a he plays basketball, but we talked the other day. He was like, he understands that the percentage of going to the pros and all that. I don't know what he wants to do. He doesn't know what he wants to do.
But here's the thing, and this is where you have to encourage him. He may not be able to be a player, but he can be around the game of basketball the rest of his life if he chose to.
Right.
If he goes into some kind of physical therapy, if he goes into some kind of broadcasting or media, or there's so many different opportunities for him to get involved in that would give him a similar level of fulfillment. You know what I'm saying? It may not give him the millions of dollars that 1%, that less than 1% might make, but he can be around the game the rest of his life. You know what I'm saying? And that's really where you want to be at.
And another thing you might think about doing too is taking him to a vocational counseling and maybe do some interest inventory stuff, just see where his interests are. I mean, sometimes you don't know. That can be helpful. I remember doing that like in early high school, just kind of where my interests would end up pushing me kind of the sciences, but I didn't really know at first. I mean,
and it's a gang of them online that you can do. Vocational websites. I mean, vocational surveys.
Yeah,
it's a gang of them online that you can do too, and look at it'll help your child identify what he want to be.
If you can, you can text me that, man, anytime, man. After we talk, man, I greatly appreciate that, man, for real.
Yeah, it's hard to know that when you're 15, 14. I mean.
I'm scared. Yeah. I'm like, we want the best for our kids, and I don't ever want my kid to go the direction I want. Life was hard for me. It still is. I'm my bills are paid and all that, but I've had my life wasn't easy. And I don't want my kids to go through that, man. I want them to take advantage of my mistakes, man, and capitalize off them, man, and take it to the max, man, and be successful in whatever they do, whatever that is, and support them and shit like that.
You sound like a great parent, man. That's what all the great parents say. I want you to do better than I did.
Straight up.
That's Big Bill and them. Big Bill and Mom. Do better than we did.
No doubt.
We kicked your ass if you didn't.
Speaker. I said the inspirational speaker. What's up, everybody?
Oh yeah, what's telling, man?
They kicked your ass and you didn't do what they wanted you to do. Get that lesson.
Straight up. I think that you got, and I grew up with a lot of them, man. I'm gonna be a professional baseball player, and although I'd sell the baseball, I mean, I just be honest with myself. Like, you got parents that, especially with this little league peewee stuff, these parents push these kids baseball. You gotta be you can coach, and if they don't got it, they don't got it. And I think they set, that's kind of setting the kid up for failure, man. The parents are so blind, they got the blinders on, they don't, let's be realistic. You do the kid a favor, keep this kid in all these camps and stuff, and you like, okay, it's going to out almost like hitting the lottery.
Well, here's another issue too, and actually I applaud your honesty, man. A lot of parents soup their kids up too much, man, and I deal with that too as a higher ed educator. I'm dealing with so many puffed up egos that just aren't deserved, man. But you can tell these cats have been stroked their whole time and never been given any truth serum. Like, look,
I'll pause that.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where they don't have a realistic. Sorry about that. You're right. But they don't have a realistic view of their talent level. They've been really kind of put on this pedestal that's not true, and then when they deal with the reality of their mediocrity, they can't handle it, man. They've never been told they're not that great at what they pushing to do. Mm-hmm. It's kind of sad. I mean, so I applaud your realistic approach. You being honest. Versus a lot of these cats are just really souping their kids up for failure, man, and pushing them in things that they're not equipped to do.
All right. Thank you.
I have doc students like that just don't have it. I don't know why they're even doing this shit.
Themselves out instead of I applaud you guys in the education system.
Fail them out. These guys
prepared for the real world. So I applaud y'all. I said that before in the past, man. So I can tell it's not an easy job, and I bet it's very, very fulfilling as well. On that same side of the coin. So and that what you guys do, everyone can't do as well. So hats off to you, man.
That's like Saturday. That's the best day, man. Seeing them get the degrees, man.
Yeah,
that's That's a good feeling.
Awesome. All right, we're gonna wrap this up. Definitely great show tonight. Like they being back. Yona, what's going on, Yona? Dixie Free, let's see him in it. The Thelonious drunk. Sorry for messing. I'd like to thank the panel, Big Stack, Six, the producer, Dixie Freely, Clark the Spark, I Will Create, Mr. Wallace, aka Where is Wallace, RTO Beats, That Blessed Girl, Mike Notes, and a host of others, Malik X. Next week, Talk That Stuff number 96 Scratcher. Don't forget, coming soon, the Master Channel with CX the producer and DJ WIDEBODY coming real soon. Also, don't forget to check out Tuesday is the CMA podcast on YouTube. Go over there and support that as well. Also on Friday, you got the Scratch Magazine Producers Hangout. Check that out. Also, Bandcamp, Dirty Old Men, the Nas Call. Now available on SoundCloud. You get them on both. Go check that out. Videos. We got the Big Stack videos just dropped too. A lot of big things going on. That's peace on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey.
Peace, guys.
If you have any ideas or like to be on the panel, please hit me up, adswide@gmail.com. I'm DJ WIDEBODY on Instagram and WIDEBODY Solo on Facebook. Don't wait, don't hesitate.
Check it out, y'all. Oh, man. Yeah.